On tonight's episode, we tell the story of 10-year-old Tammy Welch. She was the daughter of a Navy sailor who was murdered in the summer of 1984. NCIS's mission is to protect the men, women, and families of the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps. Some of the hardest cases the agents face are when a parent loses a child. The identity of Tammy's killer remained a mystery, and her unsolved murder would haunt NCIS agents for decades. 15 years after Tammy's murder, NCIS's cold case squad reopened the case, and they were determined to solve it for Tammy's family. It took years of detective work to track down nearly 24 suspects now spread across the country, and the use of advanced forensic technology to finally bring Tammy's killer to justice in 2018.
Investigating cases in which children are victims are probably one of the most difficult type of investigations an NCIS agent will come across. The Tammy Welch case was every parent's worst nightmare.
Tammy was a very beautiful girl. She had the biggest brown eyes.
Tammy loved being a little kid, loved being a big sister.
On August 27, 1984, Tammy and her sister went out to play. They ended up getting into a sisterly fight, and Jennifer left Tammy outside. And about 30 minutes later, she went back out looking for her.
I just looked at her face. There was absolutely no way in this world that could ever go away.
She was strangled and murdered.
Someone murdered my sister Tammy, and my family deserves answers.
NCIS was notified of this case on day one. We knew that there was a killer out there. We were going to do everything we could to solve the case.
Parents were extremely worried. Could my son or daughter be the next victim?
Few cases have had as devastating and lasting effect on the agents of NCIS than the case of 10-year-old Tammy Welch. Her story was barely written when she was murdered in 1984. The identity of Tammy's killer would remain a mystery, and like so many unsolved cases, would languish for years with only the hope that one day justice would be served. In 2018, after years of legal delays, Tammy Welch's alleged killer, James Jackson, would finally stand trial for murder. Besides the new DNA profile, investigators would need hard evidence to win a conviction, and what they found was a confession written in ink.